From third grade to my senior year of high school, I was defined as being a cheerleader, a sport that isn't always characterized as a sport, but instead is stereotypically about appearance, about girls that are small and tiny, things that I definitely wasn't, which caused me to have a large lack of self-confidence and also a large doubt in my abilities in a lot of things that I did. My senior year, I decided I didn't want to feel like this. Going into college, I wanted to have more confidence in myself, which led me to start lifting. Fast forward to my second semester of my freshman year at Ohio State, I joined Gamma Phi Beta and met two girls in the powerlifting club who introduced me to the sport. Powerlifting is a sport defined by 3 compound lifts: squat, bench, deadlift, which means that you're using muscles all over your body, working all together at once to lift the most amount of weight that you possibly can in competition, doing 1 rep. Last summer, I started my first strength-based programming that helped me with powerlifting. At the end of the summer, I met up with one of the girls that had introduced me to the sport because although my squat and bench were getting significantly better, my deadlift was still struggling and I wasn't getting any better at all. While she helped me a little bit with my technique, I really found out that a lot of it had to do with mentally not believing in myself. Because that day, I deadlifted 100 pounds more than I'd ever deadlifted before, 315 pounds. And when I lifted the barbell up with 3 plates on each side, I reached the top and realized in that moment that I loved powerlifting, because in that moment I was more confident, more empowered than I had ever felt before. No longer was I focused on what I looked like when I looked in the mirror, but instead was focused on what my body was capable of. Powerlifting has not only allowed me to become more physically strong, but also mentally, because holding a barbell on your back with significantly more weight than what I weigh, squatting it, or holding a barbell over your chest and pressing it requires a lot of belief in yourself. There's days I go into the gym and my workouts suck, and there's days where my body is so fatigued I wonder if I'll ever feel okay doing this sport. But I have goals and I'm driven and resilient because I want to reach them. Last week in our 2292 lecture, we were given the statistic that 20% of C or chief positions are filled by females, only 20%. Similarly, the weight section of the gym and strength sports in general are dominated by males. And because females aren't genetically given the muscle that males are, we have to work a lot harder. And powerlifting has caused me to have the confidence in order to speak up for myself and believe in my abilities. This weekend, I'm going into my first powerlifting meet, and while I'm very nervous, I'm excited about the goals that I have for myself, and I'm excited to see how I perform. No longer am I focused on what I look like when I look in the mirror, like my cheerleader self was, but I'm confident in my abilities and what my body is capable of. Thank you.